Yep.
Medium 75. Nice active canter. Coming through to a good halt. The move off could be more direct. It was a little bit too progressive in the move off. An active trot coming out, so 7 for the centre line. Coming into the first shoulder in. Could have a little bit more bend through the body. It's almost a little too straight, but there is an angle, 6.5. On the 10-metre circle, could have a little bit more impulsion, slight loss of suppleness, 6.5. In the travers, could be more impulsive and more lift in the shoulders, under 6. Coming into the half pass, regular steps, clearly bending and positioned, but needing more impulsion from the hind legs, 6.5. Medium trot, some nice steps at the beginning, but then a bit too much neck bend and then coming too much behind the vertical. So 6. Into the shoulder in. Could be a little more supple through the bend, a little more cadence needed. And 6.5. On the circle. Shows a clear bend and it is regular but losing some impulsion, so 6.5. The travers, a clear angle and well maintained position but needing more self carriage, coming a little short in the neck, so 7. The half pass correctly positioned but could have more impulsion and maintain that the nose stays more forward, 6.5. Medium trot could have more definition to the transitions, but there was a difference, so 7. Into the halt. The halt had to be adjusted, it wasn't direct, but there was 5 clear diagonal steps back in the rein back, but because of the halt we're on a 6. Into the extended walk. Good rhythm in the walk. Could stretch the nose a little bit more forward and have a little bit more relaxation through to the stretch. But still very clear in the walk rhythm. So 7. Into the collected walk, had a slight spooking at the start, but the rhythm is clear. This could be a little bit more active in the collection. For the first pirouette, shows a clear bend, could stay a little bit more active in the steps, and a 6. Slightly affected the rhythm for one step. Then for the pirouette to the right, could be more active and more engaged, 6.5. For the collected walk, because of the slight spooking, a little more active collection, 6.5. Not fluent into the canter, so a 5. And for the medium canter, could be a little bit more defined in the transitions, but boldly ridden forward, so 7. Into the half pass, could have a little bit more jump and maintain that the nose stays forward, 6.5. The counter canter, a nice jump, a nice energy, but could have more self-carriage, so 7. In the simple change, good in the downward, but there's a slight swing with the quarters in the upward transition, so we give a 7. Just needed to be straighter in that upward transition. For the half pass, could have a little bit clearer bend and losing some jump, so 6 in the half pass. And for the counter canter, nice active steps. The horse is tracking quite straight, but actually needing more self-carriage, so 7. In the simple change, could be more engaged in the downward, and it could be straighter in the upward, swinging the quarters in, so 6.5 for the simple change. Then coming into the extended canter, boldly ridden, could stay a little bit more uphill, a little longer in the neck, so 6.5. And then for the transition through to the trot, the horse almost predicted the transition, lost the engagement on the hind legs, so dropped into the transition. And then this includes the extended trot as well, which is nicely forwards. Could be a little bit straighter, losing a little bit control of the straightness through the frame, so 6.5. Then for the collected trot, could have a little more engagement and self-carriage, and could lift the shoulders a little bit more. And yeah, coming a little bit behind the vertical as well. So 6.5. And then for the halt, could be a little more fluent into the halt, but then square, so 7.5. For the paces, I'd give a 7.5 to the paces, because they're potentially good paces, all 3 with rhythmical paces. We just needed to have a little bit more differentiation between the paces. So for the medium and the extended, we needed more clarity of those. 6.5 for the impulsion, not always keeping the impulsion in the collection, tends to become slow in the collection in the trot instead of with the activity in the collection. 6.5 to the submission, and the horse was willing and showed that all the movements were there, but not always done fluently and with the control of the straightness, and coming a little bit behind the vertical at times, and could be a little bit more in self-carriage. And then 7 to the rider, showed that you could ride all the movements, just now needing to influence a little bit more engagement and energy, especially in the collection, and to develop a little bit more self-carriage.